smallest I could find. And it's important, it says in the directions, do not give the 5-minute oats. Okay? So we've got that. We've got orange juice concentrate with extra calcium. Applesauce. Costco used to have the applesauce where it was just 1 jar. They made the jar smaller, so now I have to do 2 jars. We've got apple juice. Eggs, or a type of protein, 6 to 8 ounces, okay? You can do wheat germ or flaxseed. I picked up flaxseed. You have to have the TPG vitamins. You can purchase the shaker to make it easier, and this needs to remain refrigerated at all times, okay? So that's really important. You have to have that for this to actually be included in the diet. And then you need a mixture of fruit and vegetable. Okay, so I'm gonna try and make some room over here. Okay, so we got vegetables, fruit, and then we also need full fat yogurt. Okay, he is full fat. So those are the ingredients needed. I hope I didn't forget anything. If I did, I'll let you know, but like I said, I'm trying to do this as close to what the actual diet should contain. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the whole fat yogurt, we're going to put between 6 to 8 ounces. So 8 ounces is a cup. So I'm going to go with the cup of yogurt to make it easier for measuring. I'm gonna mix it up because sometimes when you're doing yogurts, you get that filmy, liquidy stuff on top. So I like to mix it all up so that way they're actually getting the yogurt mixed the way they should be. Okay, so I'm going to do a cup of that, and I'm working with a half a cup, so I'm going to be doing 2 of these, making it nice as even as I can. I freeze my liquids. I like to have stuff last, so I always freeze. Okay, so we've got the yogurt. Now it's 32 ounces. I'm getting all sticky, hold on. 32 ounces of applesauce. Okay, so for those of you that know, that's 4 cups. And so I'm going off of the ounces in here. Hi, Crystal. Ugh. Okay. So this is also the smallest batch I've ever made. Now I don't like to waste stuff. So what I'm going to do is while I'm mixing everything up, I'm going to just tilt this over, kind of shake it around, and let this drop to the bottom. And then okay, and then the same with this, just so I can try and get everything out. Okay, and then it says 6 to 8 ounces of protein. So don't take eggs in their shell and weigh it if you're using eggs. I like to do scrambled eggs and then weigh it in ounces. I've got my scale here. And since I did decide to do the 8 ounces of yogurt, I'm going to also do the 8 ounces of scrambled eggs. And I do like to measure things out. The key is following the instructions as closely as you can. Okay. And then over here. So that's what I'm doing. Okay. All right. So now we've got our 8 ounces. And I'm going to just really break this up. I want to have it where the pieces are big enough where the glider can grab it. Some people may choose to actually blend this portion of it. One of the reasons why you don't want to blend the fruits and the vegetable is when a glider is eating, they actually like to eat the insides, and sometimes they like to leave and toss the skins, or if it's a very fibrous type of thing, they'll eat the soft stuff and toss the fiber. Gliders, if you're blending it, they don't have the option to toss out the stuff that their body doesn't need. So a lot of times people don't blend because we like to have it where the glider picks and chooses what nutrients they need, and if they don't have that option, it can mess up their bowel movements and their GI tract. So I'm breaking this up just using my hands. These are eggs. What happens is, because we do have a homestead, during winter my chickens don't lay very much, and so towards fall I start collecting all the eggs and I scramble them all up and I put them in serving bags so that when it comes to doing the diet it's really simple, and then it doesn't put pressure on me to have to purchase eggs during winter. I just put them in the freezer and they're good to go. So I'm going to rinse my hands. Okay. And I'm going to mix this up a bit. Get that yogurt and applesauce mixed together. And a lot of times people will put these, when this mixture is done, put it in ice cube trays and freeze it and pop it out each night. And that makes it really nice. I'm flinging stuff everywhere. I guess be careful because it flings. Ah! Sorry. I thought by using a bigger container it wouldn't be so flingy, and it is. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is, I already did my yogurt. I'm going to add my juice concentrate, and it's melted. Usually I prefer not to have it melted, but the situation changed, so it's melted, and I'll just work with that. But it says to put 6 tablespoons in, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so 1, 2, okay, so we got that. I'm going to put this over here so I don't knock it over. And I spilled some. Just trying to keep it a little tidy so I'm not mixing things up. Okay, so I'm going to stir that in. Get it all mixed up. And now I'm going to start adding my flaxseed. And so it's 1 to 2 tablespoons. I'm going to just go with 2. And it's the ground flaxseed. 1, 2. Okay. I actually think I messed up. I don't need apple juice. It was applesauce. I grabbed the wrong container. So, apple juice. No. My mistake. Like I said, I'm not a pro. So I do want to mix this flaxseed up really nice and even all the way through it so there's no big lumps of it. Okay? And now I'm going to start adding, so we did this. Start clearing off the table. I'll put this stuff back in. Usually get about a little under a tablespoon when I shake it. I know it's not much, but it's still extra that would go wasted, and there's no need to waste it. Okay. So now I'm going to add my vegetables. This is our root medley mix that I got from Costco. I like to have it where there's a good variety. You can also do like mixed vegetables like this. So this one has corns, I believe rutabaga, sweet potatoes, and carrots. There's another thing in here. But I like to give the variety of it. And so 2 cups. This has been measured by weight. So I'm going to pour this in. And for the mango, since it's defrosted, it's going to be a little bit squishy, kind of a little icky squishy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up the mango chunks, because the mango chunks in this batch is actually pretty big. So I'm just going to cut them into smaller chunks, so that way it's more glider size. Some of them may already be, some aren't. And I'm going to do 1 cup of this. And then this other mix I have is organic power fruit blend, and it's got cherries, blackberries, blueberries, and strawberries in it. And I'm going to use a pack of that since it's an 8-ounce pack. And so I like to do, if you can, get the stuff that makes it easy for you to already have it measured. And I'm just cutting these chunks in fourths, just real quick. You don't really have to do that. Some people could even use like a chopper for it. But these are already so soft and gushy, I would prefer just to quick do a cut of it. My screen over here shut off, so let me get that back up and see if anybody's asking questions. Okay, it clicked me off, so hold on 1 second. The screen will sometimes do that. Okay. Hi, Tina. All right, so we're back up. And so again, it's 2 cups of mixed fruits and 2 cups of mixed vegetables. So I'm just cutting enough for 1 cup for this kind, and then I'll add the bag of the other. And I'm just using the same measuring cup. Keep it simple. Okay, looks like I actually measured this really well. So let me just finish cutting up the rest of this. This looks like it's going to be my full cup. Yeah, I do too, and that's actually, when it comes to frozen, it makes it harder to do that. But I love using the chopper, because when you use the chopper, it really puts everything in a nice dice size shape to make it really easy for your gliders to grab. And then what I'm going to do is real quick, I'm going to just double check the TPG site and make sure I got all the ingredients. It never hurts to double check. You can forget. I feed the Go HPW, but right now I'm demonstrating the TPG. And then next I'll be demonstrating how to do the BML. So that's 1/2 cup. And then 1/2 cup. Okay. So I've got a cup of mango in here. And then this is already measured out to 8 ounces. So I'm just going to grab one of these. a cute little mix, like I said. It's got the blueberry, or it's got sweet cherries, blackberries, blueberries, and strawberries. I'm just gonna pour this in. And I already put my vegetables in. Okay, so again, going back to check to make sure I got the ingredients. I did fruits, yogurt, veggies, orange concentrate, oatmeal, it's not in yet, applesauce, protein, ground flax. Alright, so now I'm going to mix all this together. And the reason why you do the oatmeal last is because that's almost like your binder. It's the thing that will help you get to the consistency that you want to get to. So I'm going to mix this up all nice. And it says to add 6 to 8 tablespoons of it, of the oatmeal. It's actually a very pretty mix. Picked good colors. Alright, so now I'm going to open up this big bag. Hopefully I'll maybe make some oatmeal cookies or something with this since this one is so big. And so I'm going to start out by doing 6 tablespoons. Nice leveled off. 2. So we got 6. And it says you can add the last 2 if you notice the consistency is runnier. They say they would like you to have it at like a cake batter consistency. Okay. And since I put some pretty watery fruit in here, especially with the juice from the mango and all the berries, I'm going to go ahead and just add those extra 2 tablespoons to help absorb up some of this moisture. Candace, when you do the OHPW, how come you say it's a task? That's a diet I haven't made yet, so I'm just inquiring to find out. Alright, so now here's this one. Now when you're doing this, it's recommended you give 1.5 tablespoons to 2 tablespoons per glider. So a lot of times people will freeze this in an ice cube tray and each night pop it out. This is where the vitamins come in. They stay in your refrigerator until you're ready to use it for that night of feeding your gliders. You can get the shaker to help, and they say to do a shake. So this is what the vitamins look like. They say to sprinkle it on that way if you already have an eye for what you're looking to do. If you are new to this, it is 1/8 teaspoon per glider, and you sprinkle it on the top of the cube so that way it's kind of dispersed throughout, so that way the gliders are getting the vitamins. Once you're done with this for the night, it goes back into the fridge. It's key to leave this. It says keep refrigerated, okay? So it's very important to do that. And then this is the texture of it. Okay? And then as the oatmeal expands, it's going to actually thicken it up just a bit. Okay, so now I'm going to put this stuff away and make room to do the BML. Just putting everything down here for right now so I can keep this video moving. I'm trying to keep it a little tidy. If I missed something, let me know. And we can go from there. Alright, so that was TPG. So we've done Go HPW and TPG. Now on to BML. BML is a diet I've never made before, so I'm going to follow it as closely as I can to what Bourbon told me. I may mess something up or the order up, and if anybody has questions, please contact her. She is the creator of the diet.